Long ago, in the great kingdom of Umwogwa, there flowed a river that gave life to all who drank from it. The people called it Omimarai Nuga, the river of life. It was not an ordinary river. The elders whispered that it was the bridge between the human world and the spirits. It was said that Mummy Water, the queen of the waters, ruled beneath its depths, surrounded by mermaids, water spirits, and unseen guardians. The river's waters never ran dry, and its fish were always abundant. But there were rules. No one was to harm the river without reason. No one was to take more than was needed. And above all, no human was to fall in love with a being from the river. For years, the people obeyed these laws, and the kingdom flourished. But fate had other plans. Every year, the people of Umwogwa held the grand festival known as Iwa Azu, the Festival of Fish. It was a time of celebration, where men tested their strength and skill in a great fishing competition. That year, the festival was even more special. The heir to the throne, Prince Udena, would be competing for the first time. Udena was loved by the people. He was strong, wise, and kind-hearted, but he carried a heavy burden. His father, King Obis, wanted him to marry soon, to ensure the future of the kingdom. But Udena did not want to marry out of duty. He wished for love. As the festival began, fishermen cast their nets into the sacred river. The crowd cheered as fish were pulled in, some large, some small. But Udena's net remained empty. Frustrated, he paddled farther into the river, away from the others. He did not see the eyes watching him from beneath the water. Omioma, a mermaid of great beauty, had been watching him for many moons. She had heard his voice, listened to his dreams, and admired his courage. She wanted to help him. With a whisper, she called the fish toward his net. When Udena pulled up his net, he was astonished. It was filled with the largest fish anyone had ever seen. The villagers erupted in cheers. Prince Udena was crowned as Azu, the king of fish, but as the crowd celebrated, Udena could not shake the feeling that someone had helped him out. That night, he returned to the river, and his destiny changed forever. At the riverbank, under the light of the full moon, Omioma emerged from the water. She was unlike anything Udena had ever seen. Her silver-scaled tail shimmered like the stars, and her deep blue eyes held the mysteries of the ocean. "Who are you?" Udena whispered, unable to look away. "I am Omioma," she said softly, "guardian of this river." That night, they spoke for hours. Udena told her of his burdens as a prince, and she spoke of the hidden world beneath the river. Night after night, they met. Love blossomed between them. But the spirits had warned Omioma, no spirit may love a human. It will only bring sorrow. She did not listen. Months passed. One night, Omioma came to Udena with news that would change their lives forever. "I carry your child," she whispered. Udena was overjoyed, but also afraid. "The people will never accept our child," he said. "But I will protect you, no matter what." But the river began to show signs of unrest. The waters darkened. Fish died mysteriously. Strange shadows moved beneath the surface. The villagers, fearful, sought answers from the oracle. "The spirits are angry," the oracle warned. "A great imbalance is coming." And then, Omioma and Udena made a fatal mistake. One day, Udena and Omioma ventured into Oho-Ohia, the evil forest. The forest was cursed. The trees whispered. The ground was littered with bones. The air stank of death. Suddenly, a monstrous hyena leaped from the shadows. Its eyes burned red. Its jaws dripped with blood. It was not an ordinary beast. It was a spirit of vengeance. Udena raised his spear, too slow. The hyena lunged, but Omioma raised her hands. A great wind roared through the trees, water surged from the ground, slamming into the beast. It howled in pain and disappeared into the shadows. Panting, lled turned to her. "You saved me." She smiled. "I will always protect you." At that moment, he knew that he would marry her, no matter the cost. To marry Omioma, lled needed the blessing of Okmeri, the Mermaid Prince. That night, he followed Omioma beneath the river. The underwater kingdom shimmered with blue fire. Spirits moved like shadows. And at the throne sat Okmeri, tall, powerful, with eyes deep as the ocean. "You love my sister." "With all my heart," lled vowed. Okmeri studied him for a long moment. Then he said, "Then you are bound to her forever." With a touch, he sealed their souls together. But fate was cruel. A hunter named Ikin saw Omioma emerge from the water. "A mermaid," he cried. "She has bewitched the prince." The village erupted in panic. The elders gathered. "She must be killed. She is why the river is cursed." A trap was set. While lled was away, Omioma was lowered to the riverbank and speared through the heart. As she fell, she gasped, "I carry his child." The river turned red, her blood became the water. And with her dying breath, she cursed them. "You have spilled innocent blood. Your land will wither. Your waters will dry. Until my child returns, your kingdom will suffer." The river dried. The land turned to dust. Neighboring kingdoms attacked. Umwogwe fell into ruin. lled, broken with grief, led his warriors into battle, but his heart was empty. For years, the kingdom suffered. Until one day, a boy came to the river. His eyes were like the ocean. His presence commanded respect. The child of prophecy had returned. With his mother's spirit guiding him, the boy lifted the curse. The river flowed again. The land turned green. But the people never forgot Omioma. Her story lived on, a reminder that love is stronger than fear. And the river still whispers her name. Please subscribe to our growing community and turn on your post notifications to get more interesting uploads from Moonlight Tolisa. God bless you.